Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Girls Are Angry. Yes. How's your day been? Shit? Well, don't worry, it's about to get better. Out there, they tell you can't be angry, you can't scream, you can't be PO'd. Well, in here you can do whatever you like. Today, we have a very, very, very special guest. Another South London princess, a presenter, a fashionista. Yes, it's the one and only Klaudia, aka Wavyute. Boop, 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 boop.
I'm so glad you said my name properly.
You know what is so funny?
I was going to correct you. I
always knew how to say her name because there was a girl in my school and her name is Laura and she's Polish as well. And she'd always be like, everyone calls me Laura. It's not Laura, it's Laura. And in Colombia, we say Laura, we say Klaudia. So I always knew her name was Klaudia, honey.
Yes, fantastic.
But can you say my name?
Shelen.
Yeah, some people say Shelen. It's Shelen.
Shelen sounds like Sharon.
It does.
I'm so sorry. Shelen. If I would no. Now if I hear someone calling you Shelen on a night out, I'm beefing them.
Be like, it's Shelen. Please have some manners.
Please.
How are you, babe?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Tired.
The weekend was long.
Long weekend. How was presenting? How was everything? You know, apart from the TV.
Yeah. Apparently we presented the Brits.
Apart from you presented the Brits, tell them.
It was fantastic. It was tiring though. Boy, I thought I had to get to the Brits for 8 p.m. They had me on a boat party from 4.
Hey.
I didn't get home till 4
before?
Yes. So I had a pre-party, the Brits. And then the boat party. Do you know how much I had to stick it in my head? Like, don't get drunk.
Yeah, that's hard though.
Because I was like, if I tap out halfway through, I'm going home.
Was you drinking on the boat?
Yes. Yeah.
I never understand how people don't fall off the boat at the boat party.
And all these rich people love to drink Prosecco. So it was just straight
that's
bubbly.
Now.
No. But bubbly for 12 hours.
Hey. I'd throw up.
It wasn't even me throwing up. I just know I'm having a hangover the next day. Like, Prosecco is a guaranteed hangover the next day.
What do you drink?
I like tequila.
Me too.
I love a tequila. I used to just be a shot girl for tequila.
Yeah.
And then I had too many margaritas.
Mate,
now I'm
margarita, spicy margarita, Paloma.
Paloma? Yeah.
Paloma is the one.
Do you like mezcal?
Yes, I like mezcal.
I love mezcal. I think it's smoother than tequila.
And tahini
on the rim. Don't salt my rim. Tahini my rim.
Tahini my rim, honey. And how was it in Tulum? In Tulum you had...
Do you know what? Tulum was weird, man. I don't know how I feel about it.
Why?
It's the only place that I've been to and I felt so unsafe.
Do you know what? I was shook in Tulum as well, you know.
And it was the police I was scared of.
Do you know what? I went to the strip and the strip, I thought it was going to be like, you know when you go to the strip in like here and there's bare lights.
Like Taboo and stuff where like all the beach clubs are.
And at night it's pitch black. And one time me and my boyfriend, we went there, we drove our bikes all the way to the beach and then we were eating dinner. And then the sun started to go down. And I was like, how the fuck are we going to get home? I was so scared. Because he was like, oh, we thought we couldn't leave the bikes because they're going to get robbed. But like, we're going to have to leave them because what else can we do? But I was shook, you know.
No, we were mostly scared. So I think because we went off season.
And there's bad drug dealers.
We didn't even see drug dealers. We got stopped by the military and police about 7 times and got fined for nothing. But basically we had...
Really?
So they just take the piss with tourists in it. Obviously the police over there are part of the cartel. I would probably be brethren with the cartel, the drug dealers, but it's the police that would be for me.
Yeah, the police are...
Like the first night we got there, so we burst the tyre in one of the cars. So one of the boys had to like drive and pick up the other people from the car where the tyre was burst. And on the last pickup, there was one person left. They were gone for like 2 hours and we were like, where the fuck are they gone? They come back to the car with a fucking military convoy. Sorry, come back to the Airbnb with a military convoy. And they're like, yeah, we need cash. And we're like, cash for what? And they're like, oh, they said we were speeding. My back foot were they speeding. They were making stuff up.
You get played in Mexico if you don't speak Spanish.
One time the guy stopped us and was like, oh, like, are you smoking weed in the car? And we were like, no, we were smarter than that. We were not idiots. So we were like, no, absolutely not. This man took us all out the car, had us there for like 30 minutes, started going through all our bags. And I'm thinking, I've got a grinder in my bag. Like, and it's got a weed leaf on it. I'm fucked. I'm like,
hey, God.
No.
Banged up abroad.
Shelen, he looked at the grinder. He looked at the grinder, went, put it down. Took my pink honey eyebrow gel out. By the way, we don't support pink honey anyways. But took my pink honey eyebrow gel out of my bag and was like, what's this? I had to do my eyebrows in front of this man.
Not the tutorial.
Yeah. Like,
not the get ready with me.
Free eyebrow tutorial, have it. I was so scared.
I'm dead.
But other than that, beautiful place. Going out was weird though. Like going out, I think it's because we went off season. There wasn't a lot of tourists there, so it just wasn't really party vibes.
I feel like Tulum in Mexico, it's best to go when there's like an American season vibe going on because otherwise it's empty.
Go for spring.
Yeah, because my friends went and they were like, it was crazy. When I went, it was very quiet, but. When I was in Tulum, you know, one time I was riding a bike and I ran my bike into the back of someone's taxi by accident because I couldn't understand. The brake wasn't here at the front. The brake was like, you have to pedal backwards for the bike to stop. I said, I can barely pedal forwards. I don't know how you want me to pedal backwards. Like, anyways, I couldn't never figure it out, yeah. My boyfriend was just watching me. I went into the back of a taxi. The taxi man got out, yeah. He was vexed. He was looking at me. The bike didn't do any damage. Nothing happened. This man came out, obviously thinking that I'm some tourist. I'm a tourist. But obviously thinking that I'm from America. I'm a gringo or something like that. And I'm going to cover up the cash. He was like, oh, da, da, da. I was like, I said it in Spanish. I was like, listen, mister, there's nothing wrong with the bike. Like, it's okay. It's just a little accident. There's literally no scratches on the thing. You're good. And he was standing there for so long staring at me, giving me evils. I was like, this guy thinks I'm going to cover.
You into
yeah.
it, yeah.
Wait, I was like, I'm not biting. Goodbye, honey. And then the next evening, I took my boyfriend out for his birthday to eat. We were coming out, it was raining, coming out with Taboo. They were like pairing people up with the cabs and being like, get in this cab. When we was walking, it was the same man who I ran into his car and they were trying to pair us up. My boyfriend was like, no. He was like, get to it before we get kidnapped, bruv.
No.
But yeah.
Highlight of being in Mexico, I got my first set of stitches.
Is it? Why?
Yeah. So we were...
I've never had a stitch.
Do you know what? So I nearly died in the jungle. This is not how I got the stitches, but I do tell everyone that that's how I got them.
Okay, cool.
But two different stories.
Yeah, tell me the stitches one first.
Stitches, we were, do you remember during summer, the Fabulous from High School Musical was a TikTok trend?
Yes, Klaudia. What did you do?
We were filming.
Not you risking it all for the... I think I remember watching.
Yeah, and then I fall out the end into the water. Next clip is me getting stitches at the table. The fucking TikTok would have been amazing. But there was a clip where we had to... The girls were like, Klaudia, you be camera woman. I was like, yeah, cool. Ava's too busy in the pool. She's our next best runner-up, so I've got to do it. So we've got my friend Cleo coming down the stairs and I had to record her and then basically go to the edge of the pool and run alongside so then I could get to all the girls. So it was Ava holding my friend Dom in the pool and then I had to get to the girls sunbathing, right? Did the stairs, made
all the
it
work
to the
that
edge.
goes in, eh? All the work that goes in.
Made it to the edge and there was a corner. So rather than running along the edge, I just stepped into the corner and I fell right into the water and I stand up creasing. I'm like hilarious, right?
Jokes.
Everyone's laughing. I'm like, yeah,
Such a gangster.
holding my phone up in the air, making sure the TikTok's fine. And then I'm like, oh no, but hold on guys, I think I've hurt my foot. Like my foot's bruised because where I've fallen across the edge, I bruised my foot. So they dragged me out the water. There's like meat and blood just...
No! Not me.
And all the boys, it's the boys, yeah? All the boys go... Ugh. And I was like, there's 3 boys, 8 girls. How is it the boys?
Yeah,
I was like,
they're weak. They've never seen blood in their life. We see blood every month, bro.
No. They were petrified. They're looking at me like, Klaudia, are you okay? What do we have to do? I was like, just go sit down, bro. Like, Robbie Smith, go sit down. Like, I've had enough.
Yeah. To the corner.
Do you know what I mean? Just figure it out. So now I'm like, okay, this isn't okay. And I had a tattoo done a week before on that exact knee. So the tattoo, I'm like, fuck, my tattoo's gone as well. I'm like, oh, it's not even healed. Like,
it's there in the pool.
Everyone's like, Klaudia, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. But like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I've never had stitches. What do I do? One of my friends, thank God, you know when you have a couple on holiday, they're like the mum and dad.
Yeah. I've never been with a couple on holiday. I don't know what I'm saying.
Listen, my couple friends saved me on that holiday. A house full of 11 people, they were the mum and dad.
Thank God.
So Cleo, bless her soul, I tell Cleo, I'm like, Cleo.
Hi, Cleo.
Hey, Cleo. Cleo calls the fucking Airbnb woman and they're like, look, she's bust her leg. What do? We don't want to go to the hospital because Mexican hospital. Listen, paracetamol is £70 out there.
Yeah. The healthcare. Did you not have insurance?
I bought it as he was stitching me up.
Yeah, bruv. Some places you have to get insurance. Like the America, like some places you have to do it.
So they ended up organising, basically you can have like a medic, like an ambulance, but it's like a more advanced one, come to the yard. So he came to my yard, stitched me up. I looked at him, I was like, sir, look, I'm going to pay you either way. Please make this 2 days before because I'm buying my travel insurance right now. He did it, got my money back. It was absolutely fine. But I was fucked because the water in Mexico is mad dirty. I've got an open wound on my leg now, so I was.
But you can't go in the sea.
No, I could. The sea was the one place. Me showering, no, Shelen. I was like this in the bath, sticking my leg out. I was like, oh,
stinky leg.
Hell. They gave me antibiotics so I wouldn't get an infection. The antibiotics gave me an infection, but slay. And then the day after, we went on like an excursion through the jungle on ATVs, right?
With your infected leg?
Yeah, but I wasn't driving.
Okay.
My friend was. My friend Dom's at the front. We've had a great evening. We've seen a crocodile. We've gone into a cenote.
I'm terrified of crocodiles.
We've gone
That's
kayaking.
some mad insects or whatever. It's not insects.
Reptiles.
Reptiles, that's the one.
Yeah, we saw some crazy stuff in Mexico. We saw monkeys as well, like running through the jungle. But had a great time. We're on the way back, and the guy goes to us. He's like, "Look, it's going dark now. We're in the middle of the jungle. The cartel operates in the jungle. You need to be quick."
Hey God.
I'm like, once the sun sets, it gets dark.
Yes.
So I'm like, all right, right. So I'm like to my friend Dom, we're at the back. I'm like, don't piss around, don't do nothing, just get us back. Yeah. That's it. And
focus.
Right. I'm like, we have one job only. And we're literally maybe like 5-10 minutes away from the end, but we're still deep in the jungle. It's a long walk. It's like an hour walk, 5-10 minutes on the ATV though. Something falls out my bag.
Hey.
And I'm like, stop the ATV quick. I just need to go check where it is, right? And where I've got off the ATV, there's no one around. Nothing. I've gone It's a fucking tissue. It's literally just a tissue. There was like a coin in it, so that's why it made noise. So I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to litter. So I go to pick it up. As I've lifted my head, I hear bare noise around me. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll play dead.
20 jungle dogs came running out at me.
Jungle dogs?
They have jungle dogs out
What's
there.
a jungle dog?
It's just a
wild
dog,
dogs?
but they attack you. They're like, they protect like the ranches and stuff that they have out there in it, but they will attack you. And there's this girl that I've seen on TikTok, and she said before, if you run, that's when
They'll
they bite
chase
you.
you.
And that's when they bite you. So I'm stood there, I've got my bag in my hand, I'm like whacking the dogs.
Oh,
I'm like, luckily I have a big dog in it. I've got a big
I
dog,
was
so I
going to
kind
say,
of
you've
know
got a
how
dog,
to...
so you know how the
But
energy.
there's 20 of them, and
Yeah,
they've come out of nowhere, and I've got a fucked leg. I can't walk. So I'm like limping past these dogs, sitting there with my bag. And I look at my friend Dom, and Dom's like got bad hearing in one ear, in it, and it happens to be the ear that I'm coming on from.
Oh my God, it would
So
be.
I'm like,
it would be.
I go to Dom, I'm like, Dom, drive. I've barely put one leg on, and this fucker started the ATV.
Oh.
It's knocked my leg back.
Klaudia!
So I've fallen back, smacked my head on the ground, yeah. I could just see the dogs like frothing at my face. I like slide myself down, stand back up, and I'm shouting, Dom, this fucker's deaf in one ear. So I'm like, no, like, I gave up shouting because I'm like, he's gone. I'm actually just gonna have to walk it. I gotta smack these dogs out the way. I gotta walk it. So I'm stood
I
there.
was going to say I was just going to accept the end or something
No,
like that. I was like,
I'm beefing the dogs at this point. I'm not dying this way. Are you stupid? So I'm beefing the dogs, trying to hit them with my bag. And then Dom finally stops. I'm like, oh God, he's realised that I'm not on it.
Amen.
He comes back to get me, I get on the ATV. He's like, are you on this time? And I'm like, yes. The dog's about to bite my ankles. I've stopped hitting them at this point. Like, he's like biting at my ankles. Dom tries to start. They don't start.
hey, yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, Dom, stand on the fucking ATV. These dogs can't get us. I'm like, just stand on it. The guy finally realised, it's been like fucking 10, 15 minutes. He finally realised that we weren't with him. And he comes back and he was so ready to cuss us because we thought we were doing something stupid. And then I look at him, I'm like, so look at me. I've got a brute.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm on
like,
my last string.
Like,
For me, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, from when the 20 dogs, I know dogs. I've got a dog as well. From when the 20 dogs are coming out, everyone's forgotten me. My leg's broken. I'll be like, hey, it's time. Let's go. Like, I don't have that much
do you know what part of me was just hoping a cartel member would come out and take me? I was like,
And
just
save
fucking
me.
save me at this point. Like, at least they have weed or something. I can't do it anymore.
I'm dead, literally. Imagine that. Oh my God.
No, because that's the thing. He was like, oh yeah, by the way, there's also like snakes and jaguars. And I'm like, these
Jaguars.
dogs. I was like, these dogs are my last fucking concern right now.
I did not know that there was jaguars in that jungle. I would not have gone. I went into the jungle as one to them. I would not have gone if I knew there was jaguars there. Babe.
He told us when we were in the jungle.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know
He
what?
did that on purpose.
You even showed us a crocodile. That thing can come out the water at any given moment and just roam past me. Like,
No, it sounds like you had a ride. But you do solo traveling as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's the best place you've ever been?
solo traveling, South Korea.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what it is? Solo in Poland, you can do this thing where you send your kids away for. That sounds mad. Basically, you can pay extra to the hotel or hostel or whatever, and the airline in Poland, and they basically kind of look after your kid while they're away. So the airline makes sure you get there safe, and then when you're at the hotel, they give you a curfew. They tell you where to go, serve you lunches. So I've been solo traveling since I was like 15.
Is it?
Yeah. First place I
my
went to was
days.
Italy. Then I went to Greece. Don't necessarily recommend them as solo traveling places. The men are a bit.
Yeah. Greece and Italy. I don't know about that.
No. But South Korea, fucking 10 out of 10. New York, I've done every time I've been to New York was by myself apart from last year.
I love New York. I've only
And-
been once, but I need to go back.
Fuck else have I done
Where'd you
there?
stay in New York?
So I've got loads of friends in New York, so I always stay in like Brooklyn, innit? But like I stay in the hood. But last year I got a bit too cocky. Okay. And I was like, right guys, like I know my shit. Like I always stay in Flatbush because everyone's like, oh, Bushwick, Brooklyn. Bushwick's like staying in Underbridge. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's South London, but is it really South London?
Yeah.
I always stay in like Flatbush, which is like the Brixton, all of that stuff, whatever, yeah?
Yeah.
But I fast myself up, and it wasn't even basically like South London. It was like fucking staying in Enfield or fucking Harrow. It was just ghetto as fuck.
Hey, New York, no thank you.
And I stayed in this place. I stayed in Ocean Hill, and I told all my friends. They were like, Klaudia, what the fuck are you doing? Ocean Hill, Brownsville, right? And I was like, oh, it's not that bad. I've heard it in songs. She was like, why do you think you've heard it in songs? And I went and researched my shit.
It's true, actually.
No. Brownsville, most dangerous city in New York.
Yeah, and you're there,
9 shootings a week.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah,
great.
I'm from South London.
Fantastic. I was like, I've got this in the bag though. It's absolutely fine. First night.
Back.
No. Fuck that. I step out of my Airbnb, yeah. That would have probably been okay. I would have been alright with that. I would have been like, oh, fireworks. Nice. I step out my Airbnb, yeah. And this guy comes and there's my Airbnb's here and there's a zebra crossing right here. I walk to the zebra crossing. I've taken 5 steps. I walk to the zebra crossing. This guy pulls up on me. The poo shiesty mask should have fucking given it away, yeah. He pulls up on a motorbike and he's like, what's your number? I'm like, I'm not giving it to you. And I carry on, like, I take 2 steps forward. He pulls up in front of me on the bike again. looks at my phone and goes to snatch my phone. But I move my phone back. I'm like, listen, first of all, I'm a girl from South London, so suck my dick.
Yeah.
Second of all, my Airbnb code's on there, my booking references, everything
I'm not
is on
losing
that
my
phone.
phone in New
I
York.
would rather you actually bang me in my face right now than take my phone.
Yeah. I'll beg.
Do you know what I mean?
Please.
Let me suck your dick. Like, what do you want?
Hey, let's talk about this. Let's negotiate.
I mean, so I snatched the phone and I laughed again. And
you laughed?
I went, like, in my head, I was like, you idiot. I've taken the phone back and I've tried to take another step. He's like, put his leg in front of me, looked at my chains, snatched my chains off my neck. But they were fake.
Okay, good for you.
I literally stood there and I was like, I should laugh again. Like, I was like, I really want to laugh because he's a fucking idiot. Like, you actually robbed me for fake jewelry that's worth about £2. Pop off, king. But I was like, if I laugh again, he might actually shoot me.
Yeah, so I would be like, no, don't take my chains.
Exactly what I did. He snatched my chains and I was like, no, please give them back. I was like, please, sir. And then I called my girl and I was like, I think I just got robbed, you know. She was like, Klaudia, get in a taxi. I was like, absolutely not. I'm living for it.
I'm living for the plot.
I was like, the thrill? Amazing.
I've never been robbed, you know.
I got robbed in Shoreditch, actually. The first time I ever got robbed. So don't, all this South London slander, suck my dick. I've lived in South London my whole life.
Me too. I've lived in South London. I've never gotten robbed.
No one's ever robbed me. No one's even cool. Men might bother me and be like, you're clapped anyways. But no one's ever robbed me. No. I got robbed right outside of Old Street Station. Some guy came behind in big city.
Wow. There's a lot of robbing there, you know, outside in Liverpool Street and stuff like that.
The guy came behind me and I was checking directions on my phone. And he came behind me on the back, snatched my phone. I dragged him back because I was like, give me my phone, bitch. He looked about 12 as well. I was like, give me my phone. But where I've dragged him back, his friends come around with a knife in his hand, and I was like, do you know what? I have insurance.
Yeah,
take
why
it.
not?
Take it.
Have it. Do you, like, someone tried to take my phone once when I was like, when I was like 16. No, not when I was 16. I think I was like 21. But it was a child, and they grabbed my phone, and it's like it was like a lazy attempt. Like they saw me with my phone out, they were like, and I was like,
they weren't sure. Do you want to give it to me?
No, I'm not on it. But I did get robbed in Colombia when I was a child, but that's my mum's fault.
No, I got robbed in Rome when I was a kid, actually. Yeah.
What'd they do?
This fucking man just stole my camera. I was like 15. I was trying to take a picture in Rome and he just came and snatched my camera. I was like, wow.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. My mum's smart, but this was very dumb. Like, we were on our way back to the airport in Bogota, which is a bit dangerous in Colombia. You get robbed a lot. This taxi driver had been driving us around the whole day. He'd been like, oh yeah, you need to go here, you need to do that. Yeah, I'll drive you. He was keying with my mum. We were like, wah, having a good time. The end of the day, we get to the hotel. She's like, Shelen, I'm gonna go pay for the bill. You sit here and watch the taxi. I don't know why she told a 9-year-old scrawny little girl. Do you know? I was like this. I was skinny. I was
you're
weak.
not doing nothing.
Like, just watch the taxi. I'm standing there on the road. The boot is open, by the way. The boot is open because we were gonna put in more suitcases. The taxi just starts moving away, and I'm looking at the taxi like, hey, where's this taxi going? I thought the taxi was gonna turn around or something like that. The taxi just keeps going and going and going to this, and then the taxi's gone. I'm like.
No, but what were you even meant to do?
What was I gonna do?
Jump in the boot and turn kidnapping now as
literally,
well.
9-year-old me turned to a ransom. No, thank you.
No, do you know what? A guy tried to, again, in East London, when I lived in Canary Wharf, I had an apartment in Canary Wharf. A guy tried to rob me there, but it's hilarious. The privilege of having a big dog is amazing.
Do you know what? I've been thinking about this because I always wonder, why do people get big dogs? Like, even though they're very cute, do you know what I mean? I'm a small dog kind of girl. So whenever I see big dogs, I'm like, I just don't really get it. Then when I see girls have it, I'm like, I get it now because no one can have it.
I walk my dog. I come home drunk at like 4 a.m. I grab my dog. We go for a walk. No one's telling me shit. And I will be singing down the road as well, like, try rob me.
Do you know what? My red flag is I do that with my little Yorkshire Terrier at 5 a.m. I'm stumbling around ends like drunk, walking my dog. But
some guy tried to rob me in East London, and I must have been. My dog was around the corner pissing, and I was stood on the other end of the corner, and this guy come up to me and was like, "Give me your phone." I like tugged the leash a little bit. So as soon as I've tugged the leash, he's come around, like he raises his hair on his back and he's like, Rrr. The guy looked at me and went, I'm so sorry. And I was like, yeah. I was like, try me, bitch.
God, how old is your dog?
3.
Oh,
yeah. Even the other, like, and the thing
so
is,
lucky.
He is my protector. Even if my mum comes into my room, obviously he loves my mum, don't get me wrong, but if my mum comes into my room, raises her voice at me.
My dog's the same. When my mum always comes to my room, every time my mum comes into my room, it's for beef, it's for smoke. And my dog knows it. So whenever she comes in, my dog starts like, well, he's 18 now. He's a bit tired.
Oh my God,
I know.
That's long,
he's
though.
18, bruv. I looked in the Guinness Book of Records. The oldest dog
21.
was like, no, it's like 30.
What?
But then all the other, that's one dog. All the other dogs are like 25, 24, 22.
I think the oldest one that I read ages ago was like 21 and it was a Chihuahua.
And my dog's 18. He's a Yorkshire Terrier. He's going to be 19 in December. But it's
What's his name?
lucky.
Lucky's lucky.
He's very
Lucky's
lucky. But it is time, you know what I mean? It's heaven time. Bless his little heart. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know when they're just alive for you?
Yeah,
like, whenever people tell me that like my dog's 3 or 4.
Fucking basically grown up with your dog then.
And I'm an only child.
Oh my God.
So it's literally, I've had my dog since I was 10. I bought him in an alleyway in Elephant and Castle. Me and my dog have been riding deep. And this dog has survived shit, you know. You know, this dog fought a pit bull and survived. And he's a Yorkshire Terrier. Yeah, that's right. That's a Colombian
South London dog.
He's a South London dog, babe.
And
he's a Colombian
Elephant and Castle market as well. He is a true South London dog.
He
is. He knows Elephant and Castle before it got gentrified.
He knows. Deep the gentrification. Because you live in North now, isn't it?
No, what?
Why did I think I saw a TikTok where you said I'm living in North now?
I will
you still live in South? Live
in North London.
You still live in South?
I might move to West or East, never North.
Do you know what? I'm the same. I was
North.
like, if I have to leave, because sometimes, I'm looking at prices, I'm like, fucking hell.
It's always North's the cheapest, and that's because you lots are dirty.
Yeah. Not dirty, but you know what? At least I've got the Northern line. Because
I have the Northern line.
Yeah, but would you? Because think about it though. We live, because I don't know what part of South you live in. Yeah,
Southwest.
Okay, we're in the tube area of South.
Yeah.
There's parts of South that haven't got tube,
Southeast is scary because a lot of Southeast, like Peckham and Lewisham, when you don't have underground.
I used to live in Forest Hill. Lewisham. No tube. And
Penge.
some people live in
Penge,
Sydenham.
all those
Yeah,
sides.
Sydenham, Penge.
Sydenham, yeah. Oh my God.
I think I would rather actually move to North and live next to the tube than live in
Penge and Sydenham, yeah.
Because that is the transport links are terrible there. But what do you think about South London slander? You know what? Let's talk about it. You came into my mind the first time I saw the video was of you on Word on the Curb when you were standing up for South London, babe. How do you feel about the South London slander till this day?
I think they're just jealous. And here's my theory as to why the rest of London is jealous.
Go on, tell them.
If you look at the map of London, South owns one whole part of the river. You lots are upset because you're so squashed. True. 3 of you are squashed in one part of the river and you're crying about us.
That's why they're so angry.
Also, growing up in South London gives you character. You think a girl from North London can't come to South and walk the streets of South London and not be scared. I can go to North London and walk the streets of North London and no one's touching me. I promise you that. I might get robbed, but no one's touching me.
Do you know what though? Yeah, I feel like the hood that you don't know it makes me so uncomfortable. Like when I'm in North and I don't know where the hell I am, and like I'm looking at the bus stop, I don't recognize one single bus on this bus stop. I get anxious.
I'm like that in other cities. Not necessarily London. London, I'm a bit like, yeah, whatever, cool. Yeah. If I made it in South, I can make it here.
Yeah,
but when it comes to other cities, like even I went to do a hotel promo in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I went out of the hotel at night. And I was just like, someone was like, did you explore Liverpool? I was like, absolutely not. I was like, what do you mean did I explore Liverpool? I got there at 6 p.m, the sun went down. I was like, I stayed in my hotel.
Literally. It's true, you know, it's scary. Like when I went to Manchester as well, hey, I was inside.
And then racist, so much more racist over there. I was like, you're going to hear I'm Polish. You might fucking tell me to go back to my own country.
You know what?
Thank you.
Let's talk about this here because I find this so interesting. So you were born in Poland and you moved here. How old were you when you moved here?
8.
I find this very interesting because it's like when we think about people, immigration and like first generation, a lot of the time we think about like black, brown people of like colour who are like obviously not like, who are not white. But then I grew up in Rotherhithe. My friends who grew up in Bermondsey, and there was so much racism. Well, like there was so much like smoke on like Eastern Europeans because we had a neighbor. Well, she had a neighbor. She was Russian, and her dad would get beaten up. Like everything, like they would hold a lot, sometimes more smoke because I think some racist people are like they're scared of like black people and stuff like that and brown people because we have like a bigger collective. But in the time when like Eastern Europeans were moving in, like it was mad. So what was it like? Because
do you know what? When I first came to London, I got quite lucky because of the fact that I learned English pretty quickly, and unlike other people, I learned English without a Polish accent.
Oh, okay, so, yeah, because that's a big part of it.
Yeah. So like, no one could ever really fucking tell that I was Polish. Oh. But when I was about 10, 11, we moved up north to a really small town called Preston, near like Blackpool. That was the first time anyone was ever fucking racist to me. Every day would be go back to your own country, you're just here taking our fucking jobs. And I was like, my mum's a cleaner. Do you want to be a fucking cleaner? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're acting as if she's gone to the council and said, let me be the head of this council. You don't fucking want the job anyways. What are you on about?
Yeah, it's like they think your mum drapes their mum.
Most of the time in London, like, it happens to my mum. It don't really happen to me. People don't, like, I remember I've even got a video on my TikTok from ages ago. Some guy was being racist to someone at the train station. This was in North London as well. Someone was being racist to someone in the train station. It was literally they were shouting something at like an Eastern European person, and they were shouting about them taking our jobs.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the bar.
over here taking our jobs. I'm like, you lot love benefits. What the fuck are you talking about?
And none of you got. Anyways, yeah.
Do you know what? It's
That's their
always the
favorite
people
line.
without any qualifications that are screaming about the fact you're taking. You couldn't get the job even if you tried.
Yeah. Period.
Like,
you literally cannot take someone's job. It's literally impossible.
Even also, let's talk about the fact that when Brexit kicked in and it was harder for immigrants to come into this country, and a lot of them just kind of swayed away, or a lot of them went back to their own country. We had a fucking labour shortage. There wasn't enough people to work.
There you go.
So what are we talking about? But yeah, my mum got it a lot. Yeah, and this guy was rude to someone on the train station, and he kind of looked in my direction to kind of wait for me to agree with him.
Yeah.
And I turned around and I was like, I'm going to piss you off even more. I was like, I'm not even English, you little cunt. I'm not even English.
Because you know what? I always find it mad how, like, some racist people do not believe they're, like, something is racist until another white person confirms it's racist. Do you get what I mean? I saw a video about that and it was so real. Because even that, with them looking at you being like, co-sign me.
Wait
and
for
you're like,
approval.
literally deep that. Now, dating. Are you single?
I am single.
You love it, mate. You do.
No, I don't. I want a boyfriend.
Are you a relationship person? There you go.
Sign me up.
So I was watching your show, so the cuffing season one that you did. Hey God, how did you hold your tongue in that one, mate? Because that
you know,
listen, no shade in it, yeah. But I was watching this and I was thinking, this is a professional bae right here. Because when they pull up, no shade. But when he pulled up and he was like, "You're not gonna stand up," I would have been like, fuck. I would have flipped the table.
Do you know what the most annoying thing about that was? That was the 4th time he'd entered, because obviously they're telling you to reshoot.
Yeah,
so I actually stood up the first 2 times.
Yeah.
But the 4th fucking, I'm not standing up for shit.
Yeah.
So when he said it, I was like, and I remember calling, like when they sent me my call sheet.
Yeah.
Me and Diego are cool in it, but like when they sent me the call sheet, I was like, why did you lot put me on a date with him? They were like, we want you to humble him. I was like, cool. But
No,
this is going to stress me out.
He seems like a hard person
all
to
it's gonna
humble.
do. But yeah, it was a lot. Also, it was easier for me to hold my tongue because off camera he's completely different.
There you go then. That's
so. Do you know what I mean?
I was just wondering. Yeah. I was wondering, how is she doing this, guys? Go across this one.
Go through. Come
Hey,
true.
sexy.
Hey baby, how you doing?
Okay, so what's your love language?
What's my love language?
Yeah.
Quality time.
Is it?
Yeah. But when I say quality time, I mean actual quality time. I don't just want to sit in your bedroom with you. Like, we need to do stuff.
Oh, bless you. You're an activity babe. Oh, you're an activity babe.
Yeah, I'm an activity babe all the time. Or even if it's something fucking stupid. Like, I don't want to... My ex used to think that me saying quality time was us watching a Netflix series together while he replies to messages on his phone.
Yeah.
No, absolutely fucking not. But yeah, quality time, that's my thing. It took me a while to realise, but... And I like gift giving, not receiving. I like gift giving.
Why don't you like receiving gifts?
I prefer buying people gifts. I'm really good at getting people.
Me too.
Like,
I'm very good. But then it means no one's good at. No one's really that good at getting me gifts.
And I'm a brat as well, so I'll sit there and be like, shit.
No, I used to tell people to, back in the day before we were boycotting Zara, I used to say, just get me a Zara gift card, bruv. Because I was like, I can't bother I can't bother. And I'm not a good actress either. So if someone gives me something I don't like.
No. My mum hates spending Christmas with me because I cry. Like, Shelen, I'm 25. Christmas that just went, I made the list of what I wanted, and my mum got me exactly what was on the list. Yeah. But the whole time, so it's always been my job to hand out the Christmas presents, isn't it? So I'm handing them out. As I'm handing them out, she's on the phone to my grandma, and she's like, haha, everybody has 6 presents, Klaudia only has 3. I turn around, I start crying. I sat there, I was like, so not fair.
Are you a crybaby?
Yeah, people don't think I am. I'm a crybaby
too.
Especially if I get angry and I can't do anything about it, I will
Me too.
cry.
I'm an angry crier as well.
Cry.
Do you know what though? Before I used to drink a lot more. When I used to drink, I used to cry, like angry cry on nights out. But now I'm a bit more civilized.
No, see, but I cry at weird shit. Like, for example, if you tell me like, oh yeah, my grandma, God forbid, like if you were to tell me my grandma passed away, I'd be like, okay.
Like, you won't cry at that?
No, I wouldn't cry at that.
Oh my God.
If you told me that like, fucking, you walked past a homeless person with no toes though, I'm bawling. Yeah. That was so specific. But I would cry.
I would cry too.
Sometimes when I need to get emotions out, you know those TikTok pages that go around helping random people across the world. I watch that. I sit there and watch them. I'm like, oh my God.
Sometimes I like a good cry. You know what one sends me through the roof, bruv? When people post their dog's last day before they get them put down.
When they feed them all the human food they want?
No, when they're like, his last drink, his last walk. I'm like, what the fuck are you posting this?
Do you know what I saw that was fucked up? This girl put her dog down because it was reactive. Like, it was like a very, like, it got triggered by things. And she thought it'd be cool to make a photo dump explaining why she's putting the dog down. The dog was 2 years old, bearing in mind.
Oh.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's some stuff, it's not, let's keep it
off the internet, Mike,
let's put that one in the drafts. Let's leave that one for the
Don't
GC.
even make it. Don't make it. Don't make the video. Like, just no point.
Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to play a game with you. Okay, so this is a game called WWYDB. What would you do, bitch? So I'm gonna give you scenarios and you tell me what you would do, okay?
Fantastic.
So you're in a single queue and someone pushes to the front of the queue. What do?
I'm going up to them and being like, there's a queue, go back.
Is it? Yeah. You know what? I'm the game's the game, the person. I was like, you had the guts to do it. You go for it, sunshine.
Absolutely not. You're not allowed to tell me anything if I did it. But if you did it, I'm calling you out on it.
But it's because I'm the person that pushes. So when someone else does it, I'm like, yeah, go off, go on.
So, I'm normally like the friend that gets dragged into pushing. So I'm always turning around and I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. But if someone pushes in front of me, I either say something to you or I find the Karen in the queue with me and be like, they just pushed. And I let them deal with it. I've done that so many times at the airport.
All right, Regina George, come on.
There'll always be a middle class woman with her husband.
Yeah. And you do the eye contact and you go...
You're like, they just pushed in. They're stressed as is.
Yeah.
And they want first class, so send them to
Why not? They love it. All right. You die, you're in heaven and you see everyone's trying to shit about you. Do you go into the light or would you turn into a ghost and do some damage? What would you do?
Hold on. Everyone on earth is chatting shit about me.
No, not everyone on earth. Everyone that knows you, like you're like,
obviously not the whole
and
of
the people
earth.
that you thought were like, yeah, man, that fucking girl, she's fucking. Would you go into the light or find peace or get some revenge?
Can I fuck all their partners as a ghost?
I mean, I don't think I don't think so because
Wait, isn't there that woman who said she had an orgasm from a ghost like 7 times? There's a woman who claims she has a
succubi. That's called a succubi ghost, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll suck you by everyone's partners.
Okay, say less. Okay, an old lady kicked your dog.
I'm Fleming in her face.
She's old and frail, bruv.
I'm Fleming in her face, like right in her eye, and then I'll send my dog to deal with her. They're like,
so someone spat at me once, but it missed. But it was after the Meghan Markle. Remember when Meghan Markle did that interview with Oprah Winfrey and everyone hated her? Yeah. The next day, I'm pretty sure this was an old woman. I'm pretty sure she thought I was Meghan Markle because I was just walking up the staircase and she was just tapped and then she literally went tss, and it landed right in front of my foot and I was like, hey, must be tapped. But yeah, I think she thought I was Meghan Markle.
I went to a New Year's Eve party once and this kid in front of me, I say kid because he was a kid at the time and he was doing a balloon. And he was so waved and that he let go of the balloon and the thing flew around the room and all the phlegm from the balloon hit me in my... It was during COVID. I literally stood there, got hand sanitizer and the whole face. I was like, get me home. And I've turned around trying to punch him and his friends are like, please leave him alone. I'm
Not
like,
you with the punching. How many people do you think you've punched, young lady?
Quite a few.
Goodness
to be honest with you. But I never hit someone first.
All right, finish the sentence. I'd rather eat glass than date someone who blank.
I'd rather... eat glass than date someone who follows girls that don't follow them back. That's the most embarrassing thing you can do.
That's crazy, man. That's the first thing you gotta check. That's
Bro,
the first thing
embarrassing.
You gotta check.
They're not even like 50k upwards. That you've got girls that have got 200 followers and she didn't follow you back. Embarrassing.
How did you even find them? How did
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and they definitely saw your profile and said, ew.
Hey, not you thinking my man's butt is absolutely not. Let's get on with it. Right. Okay. I'm not angry. I'm blank.
I'm not angry, I'm passionate.
That's what I always say. Stop. What's your star sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, is it? I don't know much about Virgos. I'm a Leo.
I know nothing about star signs. People always ask me. I don't know my rising. I don't know my falling.
Hey, you better get to learn, mate. That's the one. Okay. I don't believe in blank.
Oh my God.
I didn't used to believe in vitamins. Now I do. They work still. I know. I just didn't understand how. Anyways, that's another story for another day.
I don't believe in supporting genocide.
Period. Free Palestine. Right. Okay. Justice for
Palestine, Congo, and Sudan.
Period. I think that's everything, babe. Oh, actually, who's the most jarring person you've ever met?
Boris Johnson. I met him when he was the mayor of London. I was sports ambassador for my school and he came to my school.
Of course he was. What school did you go? Oh,
Southfields Academy. The other day at the Brits YouTube party, guys, I have Rishi Sunak's advisor's number.
Leak it. Call him.
So this guy comes up to me and he's asking me, oh, so what are you like an influencer? Do you do content? And I'm like, yeah. And he's come up to me with this woman from YouTube. And I'm with Kenza at the time. We're sitting down and he's like, I'm like, oh, so you work at YouTube? And he's like, no, she works at YouTube. I was like, so what do you do? And he was like, well, if I tell you, you're probably just going to walk away from me. And I was like, Like, as a joke, I was like, what, do you work for the government? And he went, yeah, actually. And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, oh, I'm Rishi Sunak's advisor. And I turned around and I'm like, well, I hate the government.
What kind of advice are you giving?
This is what I said to him. I was like, do you give him a slap on the wrist? He was like, yeah, he's not that bad of a guy. And at that point, I switched off in my head, but drunk me is actually way more wise than sober me. So I said, take his number, bitch. We are going to beat up Rishi Sunak.
Oh my God.
So I took his number.
Yeah. Send me like the location.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Be like, link up here, guys.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot I took this guy's number or gave him my number or whatever. And then wake up the next day, when we were at the O2 for the actual Brits, I was in like box 316 or whatever. He must have messaged me being like, hey, if you want to come party with us, by the way, we're in box 223. And I was like, oh my God, was Rishi Sunak in that box? Because I would have gone in there and phone boxed him. Like
a quick bang, a quick phlegm.
Yeah, no, the guy, I said to him, I was like, yeah, I used to work for like this independent media agency. And he was like, oh, I hate them. They wrote a bad article about me. I was like, it might have been me, to be honest.
Period. That way, why not? Klaudia, your cousin put a toad in your mouth.
Oh my God.
What other disgusting things have you had in there?
When I was younger, I was changing my brother's nappy. He pissed and it went upwards and it went in my mouth.
I said
So my brother's pissed in my mouth. Sounds disgusting.
No, back to this toad though. What happened there?
So basically, my grandparents...
That's your biggest fear now, toads, isn't it?
toads. No, my biggest fear is growing old. I'm so scared of
I'm
growing
scared
old.
of dying.
I'm not scared of death. I'm scared of looking in the mirror and not being able to recognise myself.
Do you know what? I look in the mirror every morning and I think about one day I'm going to look in this mirror and I'm going to be
like,
old and wrinkly and busted.
Be like, who's that?
No hairline, nothing. And then I kiss the reflection. Mwah, just because
Be
to me,
love you,
love you, sis. Love you. Stay how you are. But yeah, go on.
So, toad. My grandma used to own like this nature resort thing in Poland in like the middle of the forest. And like in Poland, it's very common for you to like go fishing by yourself, go pick mushrooms. So ever since I was young, I used to go fishing with my granddad, mushroom picking with my grandma.
I love your Poland vlogs.
Love it. I'm going back to Poland in April. I go to the dentist there. But
I did that in Colombia.
It's fucking cheaper.
Yeah.
So we went mushroom picking and I was like, at the time, so my brother's 10 years younger than me. So for ages, I was like the youngest kid in the family. And I had an older cousin. She was like 4 years older than me. She was just, older cousins just always used to bully you. Also, she didn't really like me a lot because I used to live and go to London in it. So she would be like, oh, can you bring, fuck off, I'm not bringing you shit. Anyways.
They always want like your old phone, your clothes.
They wanted my Air Forces.
They
always wanted my Air Forces. And I was like,
they always want the clothes. They're like, yeah, bring the clothes to Colombia. Go on.
I'm like, fine, I guess.
And they only message you for money.
Yeah. My cousin only messaged me when she had a baby so I could buy her baby stuff, and then she never messaged me again.
Yeah.
I was like, you didn't even send me a picture of the baby on the bike.
Same. I have cousins that do that. One time my cousin messaged me, she was like, Shelen, I'm in danger. I said, hey, next. I'm not.
See you later.
Yeah,
like,
please. You're not in that much
danger. Stay in danger. Like, you have a phone, you're not in danger.
Anyways, go off, sorry.
So, my grandma took me and my cousin mushroom picking because my cousin's grandma was busy doing something. So she took us mushroom picking. My grandma, when she gets into her mushroom picking mode, no one fucking matters. No one else is there. So she's like 10 meters ahead of everyone. And I'm the last person. I'm just running through the forest. I'm like, yeah, great time. I feel like Little Red Riding Hood. I'm like, yeah, picking my little mushrooms off the ground. Half of them are poisonous because I can't tell them apart at this point.
I'm dead.
So I'm picking them up and I see a toad. And I'm like, I go past the toad. I call my cousin. I'm like, oh my God, look, a toad. So cool. Go about my business, right? And then my cousin calls me back. So I turn around and I run back to her. And as I'm running, I trip over like a fucking twig. And I'm like, going, doing a fucking Peter Griffin going, My cousin comes over with the toad in her hand. And I'm like, still excited. I'm like, oh, sick, you got the toad. Nice.
Nice
While
one.
I'm crying, she stuffed it in my mouth. Stuffed the toad in my mouth. And I'm small. I'm like 6'7", like my mouth's not fucking big.
That's
so for me to try,
traumatizing.
like, you know, sometimes it's way easier for you to put something in your mouth than take it back out. That sounds mad. But
So I've heard. I wouldn't know anything about it, but
do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm trying to get the toad out, but it's not fucking coming out. The toad's obviously moving, so I'm trying to drag it by its leg. It's not fucking, I'm like, I'm going to rip this toad into pieces in my mouth. The only way this toad came out is because it must have hit my gag reflex and I threw up. So the toad came out of my vomit. My cousins left me. I'm sitting there in a pile of my own vomit, just fucking crying.
with a toad.
Yeah, with a toad. And I feel so bad for the toad, but now I fucking hate them.
You
Not
know,
frogs, but toads.
That mental image for me is brazy. Toads are... Google a toad if you've never seen what a real toad looks like. It's not like the flipping
'cause
cartoons.
Frogs are like this big. Frog is fine. A toad is like this fucking big and it's got warts and bubbles all over. It's disgusting. No. And people think I'm joking when I say I'm scared of toad. Nope. I'm genuinely petrified of toads.
Yeah.
My friend got me a picture of a toad for my birthday, framed it, and wrote the most heartfelt message on the back of it so I can't throw it away.
Oh.
I've turned it around.
She's trying to heal that toad trauma.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Not
babe.
gonna happen.
Well, Angel, it's been lovely talking. Oh my God, I didn't even do your fucking introduction. So the introduction is meant to be, I meant to ask you your star sign, your childhood crush, and the last thing that made you angry.
Okay.
So we can end it with the intro. Go on.
So my star sign, I'm a Virgo. People always think I'm a Leo though because they hear August and they're like, you're a Leo. No, I'm
You
a
have a
Virgo.
bit of Leo energy though. I'm a Leo.
It might be somewhere in there. Are you in August, babe?
Yeah. What August?
I'm 31st.
I'm
the
13th.
very last. Oh, swap the numbers
Yeah,
around. Look.
iconic. Wow.
Childhood crush, Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. Yes, I know he's a cartoon and I know he's fucking 12, but I was 12.
Was he the one with the black hair?
Yes.
Like that?
Yeah, the one with
That's
Pikachu.
alright. I used to fancy that guy from Dragon Ball Z. Do you know who I used to fancy? Do you ever watch Sailor Moon when you were younger?
Yeah.
Tuxedo Mask.
I hear it. Do you know who else I fancied? You know, first of all, Scar from Lion King.
Me too.
Don't want to hear
weird.
it.
I've the people that I used to fancy was weird. I used to fancy some
And
weird
the
animations.
fish from Finding Nemo with the cut on his eye.
I get it. As the Scar. Have you ever watched Lion King 2, Kovu?
Oh my God.
The Scar again.
I
Scar.
hear it.
I even liked a bit of Jafar. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, you're pushing it.
When he had her trapped in the sand glass, I was like,
The thing from Ice Age, the guy from Ice Age.
the
with the
sloth.
tusks.
I mean,
The sloth.
Diego.
Absolutely not.
Diego, the saber.
Yeah, Diego the
man.
saber. Oh my God,
Fair
you could have me
enough.
any day. I still crush on him now.
Do you know who I used to fancy as well? Did you ever watch The Mask?
The Mask.
When Jim Carrey had the mask
What,
on.
when he was actually green?
Yeah.
I hear it.
Yeah,
when
I
it was Jim
liked
Carrey, absolutely
No,
not.
when he had the mask on, I was
yeah.
like,
And what was the last
I'm
one?
involved. The last thing that made you angry.
Oh,
angry.
the last thing that made me angry. A lot of things make me angry. I'm an angry person. But
Me too.
do you know what pisses me off? You know when you come back from holiday and you bump into people and all they remember is you being on holiday. So for the next 6 months after you come back from that holiday, people keep asking you, oh, how was Korea? How was Iceland? How was things? Fuck off. I came back 2 months ago. Like, I hate it. I hate it. When I come back from Barbados, people are still asking me how was Barbados. It was in January. Fuck off. Go and find out for yourself.
Not me starting this interview of how was Tulum. Anyways.
No, but it's fine because you were asking me about Mexico ages ago. But no, like, also it's when you bump into people and they just don't, like, they have nothing else to say to you. They're just like, oh, I saw you were in Iceland. I was like, bitch, you saw that 6 months
That's
ago.
like me when people ask me how's work. That question pisses me off so quickly.
I just have small talk. Small talk in
I
general.
hate small talk for
in
me.
general.
Do you know what is weird? I hate small talk, but I hate silence. I need natural conversation or I don't
Yeah, but I'd
wanna-
rather you ask me something stupid. Like, would you ever fuck a goat or a crocodile?
Fair enough. Would you ever fuck a crocodile?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, there's somewhere in South America actually that men aren't considered men until they fuck a goat.
It's a donkey,
Is it?
and it's a random village. Okay, it's not the whole of Colombia, all right? Because people always told me that.
Hey, I said South America. I didn't even say Colombia. You threw yourself under the bus there.
Anyways, I'm gonna beat that up. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the show. Klaudia, thanks you for coming on. Do you want to plug any? Well, everyone knows who you are, but you know, just
I don't do that. What do I want to plug? I don't have
Just
a clue.
follow Wavy. You already follow
Wavy
her,
on
but you don't know who
everything.
she is.
And if you haven't supported Palestine in any shape or form, go and do it or I'll punch you in the face.
Period. And a little phlegm as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, bye guys.